Have you ever wondered what it feels like to stand at the edge of destiny when your choices could change the fate of nations? This is the story of Moses, a child marked for death, rescued by a princess, raised in a palace, and called by God to confront the most powerful empire on earth. It's a story of fear and courage, failure and redemption, and the unstoppable power of God's plan. Egypt, the land of pharaohs and pyramids. Its temples gleamed with gold, its armies ruled with iron, but behind the glory was cruelty. The Israelites, descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, lived as slaves. They built Pharaoh's cities under the scorching sun, their backs bent, their hands blistered. Yet the more they suffered, the more they multiplied. Pharaoh grew afraid. If they keep growing, he thought, they might rise against us. And so he gave a terrible command. Every Hebrew baby boy must be thrown into the Nile. Imagine the terror soldiers storming homes, mothers clutching infants, fathers powerless as cries echoed through the villages. But one woman Jochebed refused to surrender her child. For 3 months she hid her baby boy. At last, when hiding was impossible, she crafted a small basket, sealed it with pitch, and placed her son inside. With tears, she set him among the reeds of the Nile. But the river that was meant to kill him became his refuge. For Pharaoh's daughter came to the water, found the basket, and opened it. The baby wept, and her heart was moved. "This must be a Hebrew child," she said. Yet instead of condemning him, she chose mercy. She named him Moses, drawn out of the water. The child Pharaoh sought to destroy was raised in Pharaoh's own palace. He grew among marble halls and golden chariots, trained in Egypt's wisdom and power. To the world he was a prince, but inside he knew he was Hebrew. His people were slaves, and his heart ached for them. One day he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew. Rage consumed him. He struck the Egyptian dead and buried him in the sand. But the next day his crime was exposed. Pharaoh sought to kill him. Moses fled. The prince became a fugitive, wandering into the wilderness. For 40 years he lived in obscurity, a shepherd in Midian, husband to Zipporah, father of children. Perhaps he believed his story was over, that his chance to make a difference was gone. But God was not finished with Moses. Near Mount Horeb, Moses saw something strange, a bush ablaze with fire, yet not consumed. As he approached, a voice called, "Moses, Moses." He froze. "Here I am," he whispered. "Do not come closer. Take off your sandals, for the place where you stand is holy ground. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." Moses trembled. Then God said, "I have seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries. I know their suffering, and I have come to deliver them. Now go, I am sending you to Pharaoh." Moses was overwhelmed. "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh?" "I will be with you," God replied. Still Moses resisted. "What if they don't believe me?" God gave him signs, a staff turning to a serpent, a hand diseased, then healed. But Moses protested again. "Lord, I am slow of speech and tongue. Who gave man his mouth?" God said, "Go, I will help you speak." Still Moses begged, "Please, send someone else." God's anger burned, but his plan stood. "Aaron, your brother, will speak. You will carry my staff and do wonders." And so, trembling yet chosen, Moses returned to Egypt, not as a prince, but as God's messenger. He stood before Pharaoh and declared, "Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, let my people go." Pharaoh scoffed. "Who is the Lord that I should obey him? I will not let Israel go." And so began a battle between heaven and empire. The Nile turned to blood, frogs overran the land, gnats filled the air, flies swarmed in clouds, livestock died, boils broke out, hail and fire rained from the sky, locusts devoured every crop, darkness covered Egypt for 3 days. Still Pharaoh hardened his heart, until the final plague. In a single night the firstborn of Egypt died. Yet the Israelites, who marked their doorposts with lamb's blood, were spared. Death passed over their homes. Broken at last, Pharaoh relented. "Go, take your people and leave." The Israelites departed, a nation of slaves transformed into a people of promise. But Pharaoh's pride returned. He pursued them with his army until they were trapped between mountains, sea, and sword. The people panicked. But Moses lifted his staff, and God split the sea. Walls of water rose on either side, and Israel crossed on dry ground. Pharaoh's army followed, but when the last Israelite stepped out, the waters crashed back, drowning the Egyptians. On the far shore, Israel lifted its voice in victory. Moses sang, "The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation." From palace to desert, from burning bush to parted sea, Moses' life proves a truth. God can use anyone, even the broken, even the fearful, even those who doubt themselves. Moses was not perfect. He ran, he resisted, he argued, but in the end he obeyed, and God changed history through him. And here is the lesson. You may feel unqualified. You may believe your past disqualifies you. But if God could use Moses, a stuttering runaway shepherd, to confront Pharaoh, lead a nation, and walk through the sea, then he can use you too. The story of Moses is more than ancient history. It's a mirror. God still hears the cries of the oppressed. He still raises up deliverers. And he still calls ordinary people to do extraordinary things. So now I ask you, if you stood where Moses stood, at the edge of the fire, at the edge of destiny, what would you do? Would you turn away or step into your calling?